Qigong is a great practice for alleviating the built-up anxiety and stress that can trigger obsessive compulsive disorder. There are a lot of practices like that, practices that circulate energy that are slow, where you move with your breath. But you don't want to turn Qigong into OCD. Qigong is highly ritualized. So normally, Qigong movements are repeated 9 times, for example. And often you're thinking certain things, like you're thinking about drawing energy from the sky and the ground, or energy mingling in your energy center. You might be thinking specific things each time you do a Qigong movement. And you're also breathing in and out in a highly regimented way. You're breathing in while you're collecting Qi, breathing out while you're circulating it away from you. So it's easy for that to actually turn into a form of OCD. Now remember, OCD has these neural pathways which have been entrenched over time, and you want those to grow weeds and not let yourself fall down into those habits so much, and build new neural pathways and strengthen those. But if you turn your Qigong into OCD, then it does just the opposite. So what you can do is do Qigong wrong. Make mistakes. Allow for Qigong to not be perfect. Make sure that it's not perfect. That's how you interrupt that habitual repetition that really can turn into obsessive compulsive disorder. For example, I said that a lot of times we do Qigong movements 9 times. 1, 2. Well, it's okay to stop at 8 or 11, or not to count sometimes. Or if you're interrupted, if the phone rings or the cat demands to be picked up, that's okay. You can just stop it. Don't think that you have to go back and repeat everything perfectly, or think the right thoughts while you're doing it. And if you don't think the right thoughts, you have to start from the beginning, or you have to redo it, do the right number of them. It's all you have to do is just to prove to yourself that you're not falling into that OCD trap, is do Qigong wrong, intentionally. I don't know why I'm waving my arms. So here's let's do something right now which is extremely relaxing and can help circulate Qi through your energy centers where it can be trapped, especially if you're having intrusive thoughts, if you're stuck in OCD. This is a great one to get things moving. What you're doing is making these slow circles with your hand and picturing Qi, life energy, flowing up through your spine and then back down through the front of you. So this hand is pushing the Qi up while the other hand is pushing the Qi down. So you have a wheel going, and you do this very slowly. And in this case, whether you breathe in or out with your left hand or right hand doesn't matter. But try to feel the Qi. When I do this, I actually feel energy going all the way up to my head. And when you do this, the Qigong stance is feet maybe shoulder length apart. Your knees are not locked. Your spine is fairly straight, and you're concentrating on Qi, which also has the benefit of taking your mind off of other obsessive thoughts that you might be having, or catastrophizing or intrusive thoughts. This just gives you a break from that, and you can go very slowly. That gives you some practice with patience. If you really get into it, hopefully you'll lose count, and you'll just do it until you feel like stopping. Or stop right before you still feel like stopping, or do a few more after you feel like stopping. Just make sure that you don't do it in some kind of predetermined ritualized way all the time. All right, thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.